Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
It's funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
So do you have a part that you know you would like to work with today?
I think so.
Okay.
So a little bit of, backstory. A couple weeks ago, when I was in rehab, something I've thought about for maybe a couple of years now, was starting, peer-to-peer, trauma recovery type group.
Yeah.
And, I felt like when I was in rehab and there were several people that came to me and I talked to them and even just listening, I didn't really offer them much advice or anything, but just listening, I noticed a lot of people it helped. And, that along with all the 12-step groups I've been going to, I've just for a long time thought that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
To start that. Then I discovered ACA, Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. And I feel like that kind of provides that space. And they in ACA talk about becoming your own loving parent and a lot of the stuff that IFS talks about, reconnecting with your inner child and, healing and all that stuff. But so while I was in rehab a couple weeks ago, I was like, let me just put it out there on Reddit and the complex PTSD group to see if people are interested. And there was quite a bit of interest, maybe 30 people were like, yeah, I want to be part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, cool. I'll try to put something together but now, I said, I'll try to start early to mid-April. Now it's mid-April. And in the last week I've been thinking about it and I just kind of started panicking and this part is no, that's crazy. It's too much. What if, what if people get triggered and I don't know what to do? What if I do it wrong? Just like all these, just a lot of fear. And, so, I'm thinking like, okay, what am I offering that what would this be offering that ACA doesn't already offer? And, just kind of all these questions and doubts and fears. And so I'm thinking maybe talking to the part that's afraid to kind of figure out, like, are these, should, maybe I should be just focusing on myself right now. Cause I'm feeling like all this fear of, like it's a commitment,
Right.
And I just kind of want to run away from it. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the gist.
Okay. So a part that's panicking and wants to run away from the idea of forming or working in this group of peers.
Yeah.
Okay. And when that comes up, where do you notice it? In your body or around your body?
I'd say like kind of a tightness from my chest, like up to my shoulders and neck and like the side of my head, like the left side of my head.
And how do you feel towards it as you notice it there?
I guess annoyed.
And what kind of message is the annoyance part saying or sending?
Like, just relax. What's wrong with you? You're freaking out.
Yeah. Okay. And I wonder if you can ask that part, maybe it's worth getting to know it a little bit, but just kind of what it's concerned about happening if, if this other kind of panicking part gets its way.
Did I'll just spiral out of control and break down, become suicidal.
Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could try letting the annoyed part know that it makes sense to you and that you'd like to, if it's okay with this part, that you'd like to get to know this kind of panicking part and just see what else it has to say and try to understand it so that you can help it relax.
Okay.
And see if this annoyed part will give you space to do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. So now how are you feeling towards the panicking part?
Curious.
Okay. So let the panicking part know that you're curious, invite it to the conversation. And do whatever you can to invite it or to kind of deepen your access. and then ask it what it wants you to know.
Okay. It's showing me like an image of kind of like me in the middle of a circle, and then all these giant heads of people like yelling at me and blaming me, and like I'm like little and scared, and
Yeah.
and they're like, you're doing it wrong, and how could you think that you could do this, and just all these
Yeah.
negative, blaming, shaming.
Yeah. And that vision of you that it's showing you, you said it's little. How old does it see that person being shamed?
Okay. Like a teenager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you might just acknowledge that there's that dynamic of this part, this teenager part, and then there's you, and see if you can just kind of introduce yourself or let it know that about your presence,
Okay.
about your real age.
Yeah, she kind of like immediately grabbed onto me.
The
Like,
panicking
help.
part?
What? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a kid would grab onto an adult's leg,
Yeah. And how do you respond to that? I mean, how does that feel to you?
I feel compassionate. I feel like endearing.
Great. Yeah, so just stay with that and just try to show it that compassion. And how does it receive it?
Good. She feels like kind of relieved.
Great. And you could try asking if you were able to go in and help that teenager part, the one that's getting shamed or feeling shamed, if you could help that part out so that this panicking part wouldn't have to work so hard. What would it rather be doing inside of you?
Play,
Yeah.
having fun.
And how would it feel about you going to work with that teenager and helping it out? Does it trust you to do that?
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was talking to teenager. So
That's fine. Maybe you were. I was originally asking how the panicky part would feel about you talking to the teenager. Basically, what the panicking part would rather be doing. And my next question was, would it be okay with you going to the teenager? So maybe just check in with the panicking part just before switching to the teenager.
Oh, I thought the teenager was the panicking part. I didn't realize.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they're kind of one and the same. Yeah, and I might be talking too much here, but what I was hearing was a part that's panicking, and it was seeing a person being told it's doing it wrong, and I kind of assumed that meant it was trying to protect this teenager, basically.
Oh, I see.
But it might not be a useful distinction or anything or accurate. So anyway, yeah, I guess I would just check in to make sure, are there any parts that are concerned about you working with this teenager part and trying to help her out?
Okay. I mean, there's like a little bit of concern, but nothing like to stop me.
Okay. They feel like you have enough trust with your parts to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So turning back to that teenager. She would like to play, huh?
She'd like to what?
She'd like to play.
Yeah.
Does she feel like she can trust you? Does she feel like you understand her pain or her situation?
Yes. Yeah. She trusts me and she feels like I can. Yeah. She trusts me. Like I get it.
And is there anything else that she wants to convey to you about this kind of scary feeling of being told that she's doing it wrong? Just want to make sure you really have witnessed what it is that she's dealing with.
Okay. Yeah. I'm guessing I'm noticing that it's mostly men and, obviously it's like started with my dad and then repeated with, the different situations I think I've shared with you, groups of people I've been in. And then, in particular men, telling me, that I'm doing things wrong, that I can't do it that way.
Yeah.
And, and those time periods, I really let that affect me. I mean, sometimes I would like push back and still do things the way I wanted, but then that would a lot of times, cause animosity and like people like trying to make things not work. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so when you learn that about her, about this connection of this feeling towards a man in particular, how do you feel just seeing that and learning that about her and that connection?
I feel compassionate.
Yeah. And are you able to show that to her? And is she receiving that well?
Okay. Yeah, she receives it and feels it. Like I see like me just holding her and hugging her and then, kind of growing really tall above this circle of angry men and kind of like just blasting out of it and flying away, like above it. with her.
Yeah. And I'm going to be nitpicky. Are you seeing yourself? Are you seeing yourself doing that with her, or are you doing that with her?
I don't know. Can it be both?
I suppose it can, and I know that might be an annoying question that I ask. But I don't know, I hear other practitioners stopping at that point a lot of kind of, yeah, if it's a scene that you're seeing a self interacting with a part, or if you are self and you're interacting with the part.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like when I dream, like sometimes I'm the person, and then sometimes I'm like,
Right.
even within the same dream, like I'm the person, but then I'm seeing the person, but then I'm the person again. And
Right.
It doesn't necessarily feel like I'm it's two different people.
Yeah. Well, it's just something, I guess, to be mindful of, and to consider that could be another part. That could be the self-like part that wants to do the right thing and wants to kind of show how this could be, rather than a more direct relationship with the part.
Okay.
And if you can, and if that is another part, just ask it to step aside, or ask what it's concerned about, in letting you directly enjoy this and have this compassion and have this journey with this teenage part.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a separate part.
Okay. So the part's already feeling bigger and kind of outgrowing it, or above this shame feeling.
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's stuck in a time that it would like to leave? Is there anything else it would like to change about its environment?
I think as long as it's with me, then she's okay.
Yeah. And is she ready to be with you? And
Yeah.
can you go ahead and set that up and take her wherever she'd like to be with you?
Yeah, she wants to be, she's happy to be here with me, like now, where I am.
That's awesome. How's that feel?
Good.
Great. Would she like to unburden any of those feelings? Does she carry them anywhere in her body and would like to go through that unburdening process?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ask her where she's carrying those in her body and what she'd like to give them up to.
Yeah, she's carrying them like in her belly, and she wants to give them up to water.
Okay. You can help her do that, set that up for her or with her. And when you have that set up, just tell her to do it until it's all out.
Okay.
Feel better?
Yeah.
What does this part need from you to feel like she doesn't need to go back to that place ever.
Yeah. Just to keep me safe, protect me, she wants to be protected from like criticism, especially from aggressive men.
Yeah. And is that, I mean, how do you see that happening? Like maybe in this example of you thinking about starting this group, what would that look like to keep her safe from that?
I don't know, maybe even making it just only for women.
There you go. Brainstorming. Yeah, you could just kind of keep asking her like what she doesn't have to be involved in. I mean, we want to hear our parts. We want to hear from them, but also when you're making the decision and you're taking yourself into certain situations, they can stay on vacation, if that's best for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just keep looking for kind of and asking her what would work best for her, just to be able to relax in these situations.
Okay.
And yeah, not relax like she needs to quiet down, but just in the way that you're making decisions or that you're communicating with her.
Yeah.
Anything?
Just different ideas like around working more with women. And maybe saying, hey, is there someone else that maybe wants to start a men's group, so that
Sure.
it's not like I don't want to leave men out. I just for my own like safety and sanity.
Yeah. One thing you might try is with this part, kind of picking a place in or on around your body that you kind of touch into whenever she's feeling activated, as just a way of kind of sending her that reminder that you're there and that you hear her and that you're looking out for her.
Yeah. Yeah, like putting my hand on my chest.
Right. Yeah. If that works for her.
Yeah, she likes that.
And I have a kind of follow-up question of, does she feel like she's protecting younger parts or other parts?
Yeah, maybe.
Might be good to see if you can get a kind of coordinates from her on that for when you're doing this again, and you can look for those other parts.
Okay.
If she has any insight on that.
Okay. Yeah, I am seeing even like a baby.
Hmm. Yeah, so you just let her know that you see that and that you want to understand more about that dynamic and help those parts too, so she doesn't have to. It's just so that she doesn't have to.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do with her or learn from her while you have her here? Any other questions for her?
Maybe what type of play she likes.
Yeah.
I think she likes dancing. She likes music.
Mm-hmm. Might be another way you can touch in and just have time with her.
Yeah.
Are there any other parts that have any concerns or questions about your work here?
No.
Okay. Does it feel complete?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's always fun for me.
Yeah. Well, it's great for me.
Keep me posted.
Okay.
And if you want to talk again, I would just say use that same link.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.